What's up, guys? Another Tuesday. It is the 25th of March. And coming up at the beginning of this next month, we're coming up really quick, 3rd and 4th. I'm going to be part of this summit, free summit. Just get on, learn a little bit more about investing, listen to what some of the people are coming up with, the experts that are on this. So it is the raisecapitalnow.live summit. And so you want to go through this particular thing, check it out. I'll be sharing stuff about the interest rates as we talk about here. We're going to get into greater detail. Now, I have a link. You click on my link, get registered, be able to participate in this thing. Always want to gather data. There's a lot of different thought processes out there. There's a few that are going to be on this summit that are personal friends of mine that'll be able to help you understand where a lot of people are trying to set their foundation to build up their real estate investments. Now, let's talk about investment for a minute. We have been seeing what interest rates have been all over the place. And that's, of course, the reason you come here to hear what's happening with the rates. Now, we had the S&P PMI index was published yesterday, and it's pretty heavy impact it had on the mortgage-backed securities. Now, if you're bored, want to read this, you can go to pmi.spglobal.com and check out this 5-page breakdown of what has happened and what they believe is going on in the market. Now, this particular index, they're looking at 30 different economies across the planet. And the US economy is one that had caught a lot of attention with what's been happening. And the readings coming in much stronger. Well, so it's very inflationary. So why is inflationary news affect bonds? Well, the same reason I tell you to lock in for 30 years and pay 30 years, especially now when we can get the debt service coverage ratio loans, which as long as you can get enough rent on that property to cover the expenses, the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, you have a lendable deal. Now you need to have good credit and the money for the down payment, or work out the right type of BRRRR strategy, which we can talk about, buying it, rehabbing it, refinancing it, renting it out, repeat that process. I always say flip the refinance and the rent it out the other direction. You want to get the refinance started and going and appraiser in there before you get a renter in there. So we got to talk in advance of even doing those types of deals. So talk to me before you start looking into that. If you don't set it up right, it can cause you not a lot of problems, but man, you can miss out on a lot of great opportunity. You're missing out on some probably 5% loan to value, missing out on a better appraisal. A lot of things if you're not working with the right folks. We do a lot of these. So let's talk about that. Now, when we're going into inflation, moving things around, causing the value of things to go up or the cost of things to go up, that means the value of this is going down. Currency, our money, goes down in value. So if you lock it up into an asset for 30 years, right, you're paying it back with a deflating instrument like the US dollar. Now, let's look at how wide the swing is in the US dollar. What I'm holding right here is an ounce of gold minted in 1888. And it's minted for $20. This is $20 in 1888. This is $20 now. This, back in 1888, you could buy a hat, a hand-tailored suit, a shirt, a tie, a belt, a pair of socks, a pair of shoes. Now, I can't even buy my socks with this, but I can buy everything that I just told you and then some with an ounce of gold. Ounce of gold does not become more valuable, guys. The clothing has not become more expensive. This has become worth less. And if you can lock up an asset like real estate for 30 years, paying it back with this, based upon the value of the dollar the day you started, and you're paying it back as the dollar's losing value, you're never even paying off what you borrowed. Don't get caught up in what's the rates and when can I time the market. Please quit that. Contact me. Let me help you understand this, that the rich are using the money. They're borrowing. While everybody else who's worried about the rates, you're losing. You're not getting ahead. And if you're listening to all these lenders like, let's just watch the rates. We'll pick. It doesn't matter. I get that you want to get the best rate you can because that helps you brag at dinner with your brother-in-law. But that's all it is because it doesn't really matter. Now, what do we have going on within the markets? I'm going to show you mortgage-backed securities. The S&P PMI hit us, and what it did had a pretty big effect. So we had the market open up yesterday with that news, and it opened way down here, had a massive drop. And then it went down, came back up, went back down, and it closed on the low. Now, today, we opened up here, and we've hit right in that same area where this landed, and we have this little bit of a support. Well, actually, it's a ceiling now. That's kind of stopping us from going any further. So we'll see how the news lands out this week. We do have more jobs reports coming out, and that's going to move the deal a little bit more. So I'm not sure where it's all going to land out, guys. And just like the Fed says, if somebody says they know, they're kind of lying. We're just guessing right now. And I think most of mine are educated guess based upon price action. But I'm really of the mindset, and I'll always be of the mindset, keep buying them and locking up that long-term money. Don't pay it off any faster. If you want to argue with me as to why, call me. Text me, 602-291-3357. Let's get on a call. Let's talk about that so you can feel confident going into it. The other lenders do not care. They just want to close loans so they can get paid. I need to close loans to make sure that you understand why these loans are important and why the loan is the most important part of the deal to you. Now, also go to that link. Should be down in the email somewhere here, where you can register and you can hear from more experts on how to help you with your long-term investment goals. Thanks, guys.